Wow.
Welcome to DogStar. We are Sundogs, and today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Minneapolis Drew.
What up?
Not just any Drew.
The Minneapolis one.
Yeah. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to sit down with us and give us and the Drew crew a peek behind the curtain.
I appreciate you guys asking me to be here.
Yeah, definitely. Our pleasure. The crowd pleaser, the new project teaser, Minneapolis Drew.
Hey.
Always.
The Shut Up and Rap champion, Minneapolis Drew.
Yeah.
2-time.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's wild. Yeah, Soundset performing, Go 95 interview, receiving.
Collective member.
Yeah, Fair Play Collective member. Yeah.
These guys are
Minneapolis.
good.
Yeah, well, let's hop in the time machine. Let's go back in the day.
Okay.
Back to early musical influences, like what was being played around the house. What were your relatives playing?
My dad was a James Brown era person.
Okay.
My mom was diehard Prince.
Very
So,
cool.
Those two always. Sundays cleaning up day after church.
Yeah.
You heard it blaring. They didn't care. They're like, my neighbor's gonna like this. Mostly my dad though. My mom was on that. Turn that down. You know.
Right.
But yeah, I'd say those. And then once I started listening to music on my own, I mean, I always listen to music on my own, but like finding my own music, I would say Lil Wayne for sure with the No Ceilings, like that. I think, well, like just before that, I'd say, but like that was when I was like, I'm listening to this all the time when I'm in the car with my parents, like headphones, MP3 players. I don't know if y'all new kids know what that is, but MP3 players, that's what we had back in my day. Now, or not now, but like, so Lil Wayne, so obviously, I was like, oh, damn, Drake, or my bad.
No worries.
Drake, he's doing things. Like, who is this guy? Like, that was on TV.
Slid right into the scene on the Lil Wayne tracks. Yeah.
Exactly. And then,
Money.
that, I guess, like, style kind of caught my ear more. And then, I guess that was, like, really the end of back in the day. Because I really listened, now it's, like, J. Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah.
Childish Gambino. Dizzy Wright. I like Dizzy Wright. He's
Nice.
cool.
Heck yeah.
Um,
Did you grow up in Minnesota?
yeah.
Cool.
did.
Whereabouts?
In Minneapolis, North Side.
There you go. Minneapolis Drew.
And obviously good music being played around the house. Were either your parents musical themselves, singers or in bands?
My dad, he was a singer. He was real good. He like played the piano too, like crazy good.
Wow.
He was in, he was like in the church band. And my mom could also play the piano. She likes to think she can sing.
Mm-hmm.
We let her have her moments.
Yeah, hey.
There you go. Yeah. Is there music at your church? Like, is it a singing church?
Yeah,
Or
were you
there's
in the
more
choir?
music?
No, my grandma was like the pastor there, and my dad, like my family was like in band or like
Mhm.
just helping, I guess, my grandma.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I wasn't in the choir, I should say.
Okay.
No, I didn't really start my musical journey till like high school.
Yeah, you had mentioned before the show that you were involved in a few musical
Yeah, show
things.
choir. Yeah. How I got into it was me and my brother made a deal before the school year started. I was like, if I try out for this, you'll have to try out for football. He's like, okay, cool. And keep in mind the tryouts for a show choir was like in May, but like for the following year.
Okay.
So it was way before football tryouts.
Interesting.
Basically, my brother lied to me. He never tried out for football, but I had made the show choir, and like my parents had paid all this money for me to join.
Right.
So I was like, all right, you got me.
And
And then
what grades were you guys in?
that was my junior year,
Okay.
going into junior year, and he was a senior.
Right.
And I was like, oh,
okay.
I was like, you got me, bro. You got me. Because I was like, well, why not? Just your last year, we've been playing football together. Why not?
Yeah.
Got me. But then I ended up doing it my senior year, too.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't there. He didn't have like an influence on me. I just enjoyed it. I didn't really understand music before doing that. And then the way I got to understand music, I was like, dang, this like really moves people, like, and then I was like, all right, cool. I like this.
That was your first on-stage experience?
Mm-hmm. And
cool.
That's honestly like what kind of helps me with like stage fright or like the lack thereof. You know what I mean?
Early exposure to it?
Yeah, because back then, you know, I was on stage with like 16 people. Like you could barely hear me. You'd have to listen for me to hear me. You know what I mean? And just knowing I had all of them on there, I was used to going in front of crowds of people and performing. So,
because that's a huge part of being a performer is getting over that. And stage time is so important, as a lot of digital musicians, you could call them, are coming to realize.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're an artist that's trying to perform, it's definitely, I feel like a performing artist doesn't truly find them until they get like a grasp of that stage fright. Because it's easy to be in a booth by yourself or with your homies or whatever and going crazy, but like in front of a bunch of people you don't know, it's tough. I'm not, you know, it takes some getting used to, for real.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask if you remember any of the songs you did in show choir or any favorites.
Dang.
Because it was covers, I imagine.
Yeah.
Was it like popular music at the time or like oldies?
Like we did like Bruno Mars and like I honestly can't even.
Yeah.
No worries.
It was so
a while ago.
Yeah.
And then besides, you started writing your own music shortly thereafter, still in high school?
No, it was actually after high school. So I was just like super angry all the time, like just hella mad for no reason. And me and my homies would just write to like YouTube beats, just for the fun of it, you know what I mean? And we just started like performing to our friends, like just reading out of our book, and they're like, dang, this is good. And it was so therapeutic for me at the time, just like I'm talking about real life problems and you guys are saying this is good, like so you can relate. Because my younger self, I always thought like, dang, I'm the only one going through this, like not talk about it because no one else will understand what I'm going through. But you know, putting my whatever problems into music and then doing it for my close friends who had no idea about these problems. And they're like, yo, that's dope. Like, I'm actually going through something similar. I'm just like, what? And then, you know, I kept doing it. And then I met this lady, Katana the Don, and she was like, how about I make beats for you?
Sweet.
Or like, how about you guys get in the booth? Like me and my friend Mael. And we were like, okay, cool. And then from there, it was just,
How'd you run into Katana the Don? Like a beat battle or something?
No. I was living in an apartment building that she was living in, and I was leaving one day, and she was walking down the hall, and she was like, dang, y'all smell good. And she was like, y'all always be having parties. Like, we can hear the music and whatnot. Like, you guys super loud. And we're like, oh, no. Like, we don't really have parties like that. Like, the music's loud because we write music, like right into the YouTube beats and whatnot. And she was like, oh, okay. And then she saw us again, and she was like, when y'all got some time, y'all should come over and check out my studio. And we're like, studio, cool. We had no idea, like,
wow,
you know, where it was about to go or whatever. And then spent a lot of time with her in her studio until she moved to Colorado, pretty much.
Sweet.
Do you know if she's still doing music?
Oh, yeah, she's killing it out there.
Oh, that's awesome.
She got a band and everything.
And was this as Minneapolis Drew, or what were you going by back then?
Just Drew.
Just Drew.
Drew, not
Drew.
Yeah.
Right.
Not just Drew, but Drew.
Right.
You know.
That's sweet. And was that the first time you'd recorded a song was in that studio?
Yep.
Sweet.
I think it was called like God D word, like GAH-D word. That was the first one, the first song.
Fans can't find that track, can they?
If they go to SoundCloud and search hard enough.
Oh, okay.
But it wasn't my name Drew, because me and Mael were like a group called Back to Back, because we would always do like back and forths and like.
That's sick.
Yeah,
that's epic.
All that's on SoundCloud.
Sweet. So
have fun. It's don't judge me, but like I was a youngin', not
from humble beginnings.
Yeah, learning how to rap, But I feel like I'll always keep it up, just for a mental reminder. Like, bro, you've worked hard at your craft,
Yeah. How did the songwriting evolve? I mean, I'm sure after hearing beats that weren't YouTube beats, and then maybe learning a little bit more behind the scenes of, the clerical side, the legal side of stuff. How did your songwriting process evolve after that collaboration?
I think it made me better, because if I had writer's block or there was just something not clicking in the song, I wouldn't have to work through it. I could just be like, hey, can we change this sound or take this out? Or, so it let me be more free, because I had more freedom with the beat. I could have something changed or have something added in that, that I hear that I'm like, oh, this will help me stay on flow for this part. Put a violin in there. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Instead of like, ooh, I wish there was a violin in here. Like, this is the only thing this beat is missing, and just having to deal with it. So it let me, it helped me become more creative, just because I knew I could say something if I not didn't like the beat, but like wanted something more or something less from the beat that I had. So.
And do you find the beat and then write to it always, or do you ever write and then try to find the beat for the lyrics?
See, I'm more of like a vibe guy. So like I like to hear the beat and then I'll start with like and then write to that mumble.
Right.
But if I'm like on road trip or somewhere where I have bad service and really can't access the beats that I have or whatever, I'll write to what I think it should be.
Okay.
Which then again I can go to an engineer and be like, hey, sorry, plant. I can be like, hey, engineer, I have this. If we record this, can you make something to it?
Yeah.
And the engineers I work with would be like, let's do it.
I mean, are
there any examples of that somebody could go listen to?
The old stuff, yeah.
Okay.
But not necessarily with the newer stuff. Just because a lot of newer stuff, I feel like, well, specifically my most recent newest stuff that,
starting with Execute, like moving forward from there, or what
stuff
point?
That's about to come out.
Right.
Well, specifically the stuff that's about to come out, I feel like I couldn't have written and had something made to it just because of the way the beats made me feel when I heard them, or the way I connected to the beat. You know what I mean? Like that, it was perfect as is, But starting from Execute too, I feel like that's when I really started finding like pockets of the beat, like really learning the beat. I don't know if that was related, but when you say Execute, that's the time that it made me think of, was just me actually learning to find pockets in beats and whatnot.
Do you have any production experience yourself, or did you ever did you play any instruments growing up, or just use the best instrument, the voice?
I mean, like I played not like took classes or anything, but like my uncle was a drummer in the church band, so I would always play the drums like after church while my parents were talking or whatever.
Yeah. Can keep a beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like I played the flute whenever you had to take a class. I was just like, it's going to be the easiest. It was not the easiest. I tell you what.
So
it was just.
So if we gave you a flute, would you be able to play the flute? No.
Okay. This was like elementary.
Oh, right.
Like fifth grade, sixth grade. Whenever you get to bring, you take band class to get to bring the instrument home. It was like one of the lightest instruments to bring home.
There you go. Yeah.
So, that's smart.
I was like to be one of those tuba kids.
Yeah, right. Or I mean, like even like a violin case is like hefty for a little kid to be walking around. Like you're walking like a penguin,
on the bus and stuff.
Yeah,
right.
It's like it's bigger than you. What are you doing with that?
I just ask about the production or musical experience because you seem to ride the beats so well, and you're saying at that point in time you kind of learn to find those pockets.
Yeah, and it's just trial and error, honestly. Because there was a lot of times I'd sit on a song and be like, all right, this is good. And then it'd be out. Then I listen to it 20 more times after it's out. And I'm like, oh, man, I should have done something like this right here,
Yeah, I feel like if you're growing as an artist, that's just like bound to happen though. You put out a song and it's just like, oh, I could have done this, but it's like,
yeah, how do you draw the line or like the time frame? Because I bet you could work on a song for 7 years and it still wouldn't
I
be
was
there.
just gonna say that was a learning point for me though, because I was like, because I was record, release, like same day I recorded, I wanted it to be released.
Yeah.
Because, well, during the time I started really dropping songs like that was Shut Up and Rap, and it was like a weekly thing, and I would make a new song every week, drop it, record it, drop it, just so I could learn it, because I had to have to listen to it to learn it, record it, release it, so I could submit it too, because it had to be something that you could submit for them to listen to.
Oh, okay, that makes total sense.
A video or a link, yeah.
Yeah, so like I got stuck in that mindset of just recording, releasing without like listening to it and like, all right, I can re-record this part. All right, maybe we should add some layers here, or like really building a song and not just putting out a track. You know what I mean?
Right. Cramming as many words as you can into a YouTube beat and then releasing that.
Yep, pretty much.
Definitely, yeah. Getting the crowd reaction and making songs way more crowd friendly. Around that time. I was going to ask, we got like a minute and 30 seconds left before we got to take a break. I was going to ask like what the time frame was between you doing Shut Up and Rap and you being in the rap duo. Like when did that end?
I would say, I mean, it never really like ended.
Okay.
Like I would still do a song with Mael till this day. Like we got songs recorded that we haven't released.
Oh,
like I wouldn't say it like ended. It's just on pause.
Yeah,
right
waiting
now.
for the right time, little Silk Sonic style.
Exactly.
Very cool.
But I'd say I started doing more solo stuff when like Shut Up and Rap happened, because
they didn't do duos.
We tried to submit as duos and it just was unlikely to get selected.
Yeah.
So
that was a bad move. Whoever did that, you should have allowed
nothing
duos.
wrong with duos. Yeah.
We'll talk more about that whole experience here. We got to take a break again in about 30 seconds. Is it MPLS_Drew on everything?
Everything. If it's not there, find me on where it is.
Right. You can also
just Google MPLS space Drew.
It's that easy.
It'll come up.
You'll find something.
Spotify, that's what it is officially.
Yeah. You can also go to fairplayentertainment.org.
FPE.
And we'll talk about the formation of that as well.
Come back. You follow us, DogStar Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Support your local artists, not only here in the Twin Cities, but all around the world. We'll be right back.
Bow wow. Bow wow.
Welcome back. We are sitting down with Minneapolis Drew, moving along the timeline, talking about how the whole Shut Up and Rap opportunity came to be. I mean, last we heard, were part of the duo.
Yeah.
Doing the back and forth thing, honing your craft.
Were you guys performing live at all together?
Yeah. Katana hooked us up. We did Amsterdam, Barn Hall.
Wow.
There was another place too. I can't remember.
Kitty
Cat Club.
Oh,
which is no longer around.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Is that Dinky?
Yep.
Yeah. She put us on to both of those shows.
That's right. She
Multiple
was doing
times.
shows at the Kitty Cat Club.
How did those go?
It was pretty good. It was dope. Super inexperienced, but learned a lot. I used to have like all of my friends record just so I could watch myself and be like, all right, this looks weird when I do that. I could do more of that.
Yeah, playing the tape back, watching it, studying it.
Yep,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, that is nice. Do you rehearse a bunch before you perform, or did you back then?
I still do, yeah. Just because it's better to be prepared than not.
I mean, you learn that in show choir. You know what I mean? It's running over and over and over and over.
Mm-hmm. But back to how Shut Up and Rap came to be.
Yeah.
You would have to submit your music. They would put up like this portal where you just put your stage name, your Twitter username, and then you would submit your music.
Yeah, I remember I made a Twitter just for that.
Yeah, a lot of people did. I really didn't I was used to use Twitter to be like, "What's up?
Yeah.
I'm doing this." You know, just
in
like
the stew.
Yeah, you know, weird stuff. But when Shut Up and Rap came out, I'd be like, "All right, I'm doing this." Every week I was submitting. The first like 2 weeks or 2 times I submitted, I didn't get chosen. I was like, "All right, I'm done with this."
Mm.
And then I made this song. It was a super vibey, singy song. I forget what it's called now. It's on SoundCloud.
Okay, good.
I can see the cover art. It has like, it's like blue and like purplish, and it has like question marks on it. I think it's a song, but I think that was the first song that it was like super singy, vibey. I submitted and they selected it, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do this.
And that was the third time you had submitted. Oh my gosh!
And they finally got me.
Yeah.
And then literally almost every week after that, I submitted. And I think there's only like 6 times out of damn near the whole time that I didn't get selected. Up until I think like the last season.
Okay.
Because I think after I did like Soundset through them.
Yeah.
Right. I think I was done with Shut Up and Rap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I was like, it's already helped me so much to get to this point that like there's other artists out here that could use this platform that I don't need to be taking up, you know?
Totally.
And
Jinx.
And from there, I just started doing shows and whatnot.
That's sweet. What was the prize for? I mean, obviously you're performing at Soundset, but wasn't it like get a bunch of physical copies of a CD or something?
Like recording time or?
Well, that was if you won like
the final.
The final.
That was set up weird. Sorry to say negative stuff about the Shut Up and Rap because it was it was super cool and like a bunch of people were coming up, but it was like, how's this working? And you win 1 week, you got to come back the next week and win again. Like that's not how. I don't know. But anyway, I digress. But then, yeah, what was Soundset like? Was that the last year they had Soundset?
I think so. Did they do? Because that was 2019.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, what was that like? Was that the biggest show you'd done at that point?
For listeners who don't know, Soundset was this dope outdoor hip-hop festival that took place in Minneapolis for what, a decade?
Long
20
time.
years?
It's crazy.
And they stopped doing it, like 4 or 5 years ago.
Right. At the, State Fairgrounds, it ended up being it. And then,
Canterbury Park.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think,
Canterbury.
Reggie.
But yeah, what was that?
It was crazy just because, you know, like I at this point, I had never been to Soundset.
Oh, not even as a fan.
No.
Okay.
Concerts aren't really my thing. Funny enough, to go to, but I hadn't been to Soundset and then get to go to Soundset, so it was like even more hype for me because I'm like, dang, like I had family and friends coming to Soundset just to see me perform at Soundset.
Wow.
Which at that time was just like, I thought I made it. You know what I mean?
Very validating. Exactly.
I'm on now,
right.
You know, but like, there's a lot more legwork to be done still, even to this day.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just gave me that like reassurance, like I'm on the right path, I'm doing the right thing. It felt good. Yeah.
I mean, did the stage fright come back even a little bit and experience that much, or were you so prepared that you're not even thinking about it?
Well, yeah, I was so prepared just because like the song was my favorite at the time. I did Everybody.
Okay.
That's on my Long Time Coming album.
Yeah.
And it was my favorite song at the time. Like I could do that one in my sleep. And then just my friends that were there, I was just like, all right, if I mess up, they got this. Like, you know, like I felt like I didn't have to rely on me, even though I was the only one performing.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped with, you know, the nerves and all of that.
Yeah, how'd you accumulate so many fans so fast? I remember being at shows, even at the Shut Up and Raps, you brought a lot of people. And was that from high school or from college, or how'd you?
It was from high school and life. Just
That's awesome.
I would just be like, and I used to throw a lot of parties too, like a lot of house parties back in the day. And I would just be like,
just had a big network, and
yeah, pretty much. I'm just like, yo, I'm going to do this.
That's awesome.
Like, did you have a name for the party house or the party spot, like the cave or the joint? Okay,
just the crib. No, nothing like that.
And so I had a vast network of people.
Yeah, and awesome. I'll just be like, if you want to drive people, pull up to my house. We can chill pregame before.
Yeah.
If you need a ride, pull up to my house before this time.
Right.
And we can all go together. Man, we used to pull up like 4 cars deep, 5 cars deep.
That's the way to do it.
And that's Team Drew now. Was it ever Drew Crew, or am I just imagining things?
I mean, people say a lot of things. You know, it's Drew Woo, Drew Crew, Team Drew.
Yeah.
Drew Boo.
For real, all of that.
That's awesome, though. Yeah. Fans go crazy at your shows. And it's been happening since early on, or what was your first couple shows like?
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Ever since Katana put me on the stage.
Sweet.
Yeah, but it was just my friends like supporting me, you know.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, damn. Oh. They're like, dang, this dude is, you know, doing what he loves. We love to see it. Let's go. Hey, friends, come on, let's go. You know, it's just word of mouth, you know.
Yeah.
And then
the talent speaks for itself.
I was going to say, and then me posting like performance videos and people like just hearing, like mainly at Shut Up and Rap, just me posting like every week, just like, this is what I did this week, y'all.
Yeah.
People are like, all right, I got to come see him next time.
Definitely.
You know?
And so between the performance at Soundset, was that 2019?
Mm-hmm.
How did you start linking up with some of these Fair Play members? Was it from exposure or competing against them in the Shut Up and Rap shows?
It definitely was.
Okay.
Competing against Matt Allen.
Yes.
Because him and Ryan are the co-founders of Fair Play.
Okay.
And he just hit me up one day. He's like, hey, man, if you have free time to come to dinner one night, I'd like to talk to you about something. And I'm like, okay. I was like, he probably wants to do a song that's like super like secret that he can't even text me about it. But then he pitched the whole Fair Play idea to me and just like was like, are you down? And I'm like, yep. And then like Brandon, Sonny, like almost everybody I knew from Shut Up and Rap, just, you know, either seeing them perform or just them being there while I perform, or because I used to, like, on the weeks that I didn't get selected, I would still go and show love just because I was like, this is the place for me right now. Like, this is the vibes and energy in here is what I need in this point in my life. So I was there all the time. Just
you gotta be supportive.
Yeah, and just, you know, I was just like, I know how much energy I have to give too.
Totally.
Because I don't know, I see people that are there to support one person and one person only. You know, and then that person's not on stage and their backs are turned. I don't care if I'm here to. If I'm not here for you, but my friend is performing, you're gonna think I'm here for you just because of how I'm clapping or engaging or you know, like or just, you know, engaging with whoever's on stage. Just because I know how much it means to me to see somebody do that when I'm on stage too.
And yeah, as soon as that first person is like really engaging with the artist on stage, I feel like it just like unlocks something in the artist that's performing, and then they're just like doing their best show all of a sudden. But until that one person, and you see them lock eyes with that one, and it's just like, boom, the whole room was doing that, and now they're feeling themselves, and it's going great. So
it's crazy how much, like how energy spreads. You know
as
a
fan, you can get a better show out of just like being more engaged.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Before we dive more into Fair Play, speaking of, you know, crowd engagement, how did that 11 Wells show go? we didn't make it out there.
It was dope. The dude that was going on tour to perform there, he got in a car accident, like, and he was stranded in a different state.
What? Didn't make it to his own.
Didn't make it to the show. So
was that Dez, aka the Mad Hatter?
Yeah.
Okay.
So never got to see him or link with him or whatever. But
did everyone's times get elongated a little bit, or was it just no, we're gonna end it early?
No, we you know, they accommodated. They're like, yo, this is what we're doing, so this is what you can do. And it turned out to be a dope night though. I had never been to 11 Wells. I didn't know what I was walking into.
Yeah, they got a good setup over there. A decent setup.
It's a new place, and like there's not a stage basically, but it's dope. It's a good environment. Like it's if you're looking to do like intimate performances, like you know, like close vibe, type deal.
Got like the stone walls and
and then like in the back they got like couches, and then they have like tables, and they have area where you can stand.
Chill.
at some point in time, like I'd be down to sign a petition for them to get a stage because they have the space.
Yeah, you should. I think. PJ from B&E is the dude.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I'm sure he would love to get a petition going.
Do a little fundraising event or something.
Ooh,
everyone does a song or two. You know,
that'd be cool.
That is a good idea.
But
maybe like sponsored by you guys or something.
Hey, you never know. Hey, you heard it here. The inception of the idea. Did you find that even people who weren't your family and friends were vibing at that show?
Oh,
Some of the regulars? Because was that on a Friday night, Saturday night? Or was that during the day?
It was at night. Honestly can't remember what day it was.
But people loved it.
Yeah, it was dope. They were, there was a lot of people because I was talking to them before and they were like, no, I've never seen you perform. And then there was a lot of people that like I know of on Instagram or whatever. Just like through the music scene that were there.
Yeah.
That was cool. But yeah, I hope I didn't disappoint. No one let me know
Probably
if I did.
Probably not. Yeah, you've been just knocking out live shows pretty much ever since Soundset, it feels like.
Yeah.
And like what are some of your favorite venues to perform at? Or like what's some of the most memorable?
I haven't like headlined a show at First Ave Main Room. But
that'd be awesome.
But performing there,
yeah, performing there it's I don't know, it's like a dream come true. Like it was one of those things where it's like, all right, you're on the right path, doing the right things, meeting the right people, crossing the right roads or whatever, like going through the right obstacles to get to where you need to go.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's a big one. And I'm sure your mom was like, this is so cool.
Yep. I was going to say my mom was going crazy. She was like,
this is it. You did make it.
But I like 7th Street entry too.
Yeah,
just because
more intimate.
Yeah, a little more intimate, and the green room's like in the basement, and I just think that's cool.
It makes it super cool. Yeah, it feels official. If you're walking out on stage from behind a curtain, that feels like a huge show.
Yeah. Like coming up the stairs, like, all right, my turn.
Exactly. It's like, no, this is a show. This is a showcase. And the showcases you put on at Shut Up and Rap cause you to kind of rise to the top with these other Fair Play members. I'm curious about the early days of Fair Play Entertainment and how everyone kind of found their roles, or if you guys were meeting weekly or monthly.
We try to have a group chat message to check in with everybody every week.
Was it like that in the early days, or?
Yeah, and then because I can't remember where we were with COVID at this time.
Okay.
It's probably like, just got together and then boom, it hit.
Like pretty well. I mean, I think we were like mid-COVID when everything happened.
Right. Yeah, between 2019 and 2021.
Yeah, somewhere in there is when... Oh, wait, I might be mistaken.
I remember Nerdy was going crazy with dates, and then he had to cancel a bunch of dates because of COVID. And that's kind of how I remember that timeline going, was that, and then Fair Play.
Okay. I'm bad with timelines, but the early days, we were just... It was really like... just about like supporting, having like a group of good people to rely on if you need to do a show, or just like reaching out for anything. Like, obviously, doing collabs and stuff like that. But, there's stuff people have access to that I don't, or know people, or have advice for certain scenarios, or, just in life, or like in any scenario, there's like 6 people I can rely on. You know what I mean? Like, without a doubt.
That's solid.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find that, especially in any artistic community, really.
But yeah, to make it so explicit that, hey, this is what we're doing. Like, if you want to be part of this, like, everybody's helping everybody with everything.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
Then for me, it was just like, I just felt like a little kid compared to these powerhouse people. You know what I mean? Just because they're all like super heavy names. Like if you hear that one of their names, you're like, heard of them.
Right.
Like might not know them, but I've heard of them for sure.
Yeah.
And I just, like felt like I was looking up to these people, and then here comes Matt, like, hey, do you want to like get up here with us?
Yeah,
you know, and so it was like
yeah,
like for real, it was just like mind-boggling that I was gonna be in the same circle with like Brandon Pulfus, Tuvok the Word, Mickey Breeze, you know what I'm saying? Like all these people, just I can hit up whenever now. Like before, I felt like it would have been doing too much or like bothering, you know what I mean? Just because of who they are. So it was kind of like mind-blowing for me to be able to be a part of Fair Play.
Yeah, and yet another right place, right time, right path.
Yep,
you know?
Exactly.
We got to take a break.
Oh, yeah.
Another break.
Another 18.
We got to make sure to follow Minneapolis Drew at Minneapolis_Drew. That's on everything. Or again, just web search Minneapolis Drew. It's that easy.
Mpls DREW.
Fairplayentertainment.org. Make sure to follow the show at DogStar Podcast. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that rate button.
Trying that out.
We'll be right back.
Bow
wow.
Bow wow.
Welcome back to DogStar. We are flying through the kind of amazing career of Minneapolis Drew. The trajectory has not slowed down, to say the least.
Not yet. I don't have a plan for it to either.
That's great. Yeah, and planning a rollout of new project, Fruit of Passion.
Yes, sir. Fruit of Passion.
Yeah, that's super exciting. Yeah, I've been following you on social media or whatever. Saw you drop the album art for it, which is crazy.
Shout out Kimmy Art Co.
Yeah, at Kimmy Art Co. on Instagram. But yeah, does super cool stuff.
Yeah,
found out about her through your artwork. So that's
dope.
I mean, giving people credit is important. So yeah, good to do that. And then you did the help me pick the first single from the project. And
yeah, that interactivity.
Got to peek at the 3 tracks. Story featuring Nerdy. But, you know,
if I could whistle, that would have been like a
yeah. And then, Find a Way, produced by Colin Makes Beats. Local.
Yeah.
And then All Night Long.
Woo.
Oh, how do you pick a favorite? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing to people?
That's why I was asking for your help.
It's impossible. And then you brought us 2 tracks that aren't any of those tracks. So at the end of this interview, you guys are going to be able to hear 2 more tracks, probably ahead of schedule, because there's no for sure drop date on the.
No, well,
I can't reveal it.
I was gonna say I have something in mind, but.
You can't make any promises.
Yeah, exactly.
Better to keep it secret. But yeah, the 2 tracks you brought are Grind, and it said featuring DJ Hayes on the file, and then City Ware featuring Timmy T.
Yep.
And let's talk about those. So DJ Hayes is Fair Play as well.
Long-time collaborator.
Oh yeah, He's dope. If you guys don't know who DJ Hayes is, go follow DJ Hayes. Fire. Beat maker, DJs, obviously, engineer, all
doing
of that.
The mix and masters, I hear he's
multifaceted.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Grind. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that song, what that song means to you, or where the vibe came from.
So, when I heard the beat, I felt like old school with it. So I just kind of approached it with like an old school feel. That's why it's featuring DJ Hayes, because he's doing the cutting and scratching on it, which is dope. Like I haven't heard that in a I don't think at all recently.
Right.
And I was like, this is something I can do to make it feel more of what I was envisioning. And lyrically, what it's about is like, who cares what you're grinding for, as long as you're grinding for something you want to do or towards something you want to do. Like, who cares what you're working for, long as you're working for it. Find what you're searching for. You know what I mean? Like, do whatever you got to do regardless of how it looks to others. Like, keep on grinding is what it basically stems down to.
And when you're thinking of those lyrics, were you going through anything like that, or just like...
I mean, kinda. Well, not necessarily like people looking at me weird or, doing anything like sideways to me. It was just more of how the standard I was holding myself to, comparing myself to like other people. Because I'm just like, they're working, I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? So it was just like, I need to grind. But it was just more of like, who cares how I have to get to where I have to get to? I just need to grind to do it. And that's where that came from.
One thing I know for sure. Grind. Yeah, funny enough, that song is called Grind, and it reminds me of a song that would be on like Tony Hawk Pro Skater back in the day. It definitely got that vibe.
That's like dope.
Dave Mirra BMX. Yeah, well, I think it was Del the Funky Homo Sapien that was on some of those. So it was definitely a compliment. I don't mean to make it sound bad or old. Or
no, not
like
at all. I was going for the old school
cool.
vibe for sure.
Definitely cool.
The second track you had sent us is City Ware with Timmy T.
Yeah.
Long-time collaborator?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I went to high school with Tim. And, he was around. He was like part of Back to Back.
No way.
Towards the end where I started doing Shut Up and Rap.
Okay.
So
back
it was
to
like,
back to back.
Yeah. So like it was mainly the duo until like the end. Like Timmy would be like featured here and there. And then it was like, all right, I'm doing more solo stuff. I told Tim, I was like, you need to do solo stuff. So then Timmy T appeared, and he's done Shut Up and Rap. He's, he's out here.
Prolific, yeah.
Timmy T is doing a lot.
And yeah, tell us again what that song kind of means to you. So it's a different vibe for sure than Grind.
Definitely a different vibe. To me, it's like I forget who, but someone was like, "Where are you from?" Because I think I was in Arkansas or up north, or I was out of town, you know. Someone was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm from Minneapolis." But like in my head, I was like, "I'm from a city where they don't care about me," because of all the George Floyd and all that type of stuff going on.
Right.
So it's like, I'm from a city where they don't care about us. Like it's meant to be like a kind of a deep message, you know. Not even kind of. It's meant to be like a deep message and just more of kind of a play on like where I'm from, but like how I see where I'm from.
Yeah.
Like I'm from a city where they do messed up things. It's hard for me to say what I want to say, but they don't treat everyone equal, and they don't see people as people, specifically Black people. And I just had to get it out at the time when I wrote it for, just for me to feel mentally cool at the time.
Yeah.
Like, so that's where that came from. That's a cool song. I like it because it like I said, I started writing music because like I'd be angry and stuff, and it just shows me that it's working because I'm putting my anger into music when I easily could have done a lot of bad things because a lot of bad things are happening. You know,
where would you be without music?
Exactly.
Dead
or locked up. You know what I mean? Just from mainly probably retaliation. Like my anger had the best of me at one point in my life, and I'm thankful I turned to music. But that song specifically is just like shows me that I've grown and I'm dealing with things good.
Yeah, you were talking before the show, and again, don't reveal anything you can't reveal, but about you've got a few song orders that this upcoming project could be in. I'm now just curious about where City Ware could possibly fall, whether you're closing the album with that or doing kind of an intermission, a heartfelt intermission in the middle of the album. Or...
Yeah. There's one where it is at the end. And then there's one where I started off in the beginning.
Oh, that'd be perfect too.
And I'll talk on them. Like one, I want to be like either light to dark or dark to light, or just kind of like a little bit of both, just to kind of keep you guessing on what the next feel is going to be. And funny enough, that one kind of tells the best story that I was looking for. Because like all of these songs is what I, looked for, what I needed from the Fruit of Passion. But it kind of tells a different story regarding on the order that I have it in.
Totally.
So once I decide what order I want to have it in, pretty much, selfish, but I mean, I've been selfish for damn near 2 years with it. So
you're the professional. You're the skilled artisan. We look forward to hearing the final product. Before we go, I want to ask about a few upcoming shows. Any details you're able to provide?
There's one in the works for the 15th of April.
Okay.
It's more of a benefit thing for the Minneapolis Warriors football team.
Okay.
Oh.
Aren't they like 5 times in a row champions or something ridiculous like that?
I think so, something like that.
Never lost a Super Bowl in their league or whatever.
Yeah, something crazy like that.
Out of control.
Yeah, they go crazy.
That's awesome.
So
where's that at?
At 11 Wells.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know like the specifics of time, but that's the day.
Yeah.
In the place that we're shooting for.
And the lineup will probably be crazy. I don't know if it's fair play with the fair play roster coming to it, or
might have a few heads. We'll see.
We'll see. April 15th, 11 Wells.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely should get some. If you like could give yourself any advice, like imagine it's the day you first submitted music to Shut Up and Rap. Like what do you wish you would have known then?
Like if you could time travel back.
Yeah, or what advice would you give yourself?
That I would tell myself to live in the moment more. Because I was getting a lot of love from a lot of people like back then, and I would like talk myself down. You know what I mean? But I mean, at the same time, I feel like that's kind of what pushed me to be better. It's like, nah, I'm not as good as there.
Don't believe the hype.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I wish I would have enjoyed that more, like, when it was first happening, you know, because that was another thing that took me a long time to get over mentally, was just, like, accepting the love and then not feeling, like, unhumble. I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt weird of, like, accepting what people were saying when it came to, like, the music. You know what I mean?
We'll accept it when we say we're great fans, and we continue to look forward to watching your continued growth.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Celebrate the success that you've accomplished so far, and yeah, definitely live in that. And yeah, we appreciate your time. Follow Minneapolis Drew, MPLS_Drew, and then yeah, Minneapolis Drew on everything. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you.
Follow the show at DogStar Podcast. Again, support your local artists.
This is about to be Grind featuring DJ Hayes, and then City Wear featuring Timmy T.
Wow.
Peace.
Really cares? Who really cares what you working towards? Long as you working for it. Find what you searching for. I learned my passion, open doors. Just trying to open more. Been working hard, but been working low key. Dodging fake love, passion's all that I need. See, I had to take a minute so I could water my seeds, you know. Take a step back so I can mentally breathe. Just trying to set an example so y'all can follow my lead. Like I've been blocking for the running back, keep running up seams. And I'm just loving my team. Drew for running up streams. It all started with a goal, now I'm living my dream. Back in 2018, there was no hope around me. I was as low as could be, nobody was noticing me. Determination was all that I needed. See, I got rid of conceited. Better, you better believe it. Said it, I'm bound to achieve it. Moves I've been making discreetly. Oops, I should keep it a secret. Try, but I keep up the teasing. Y'all wouldn't even believe it. Y'all wouldn't even believe it. Who really cares? Who really cares what you working towards? Long as you working for it. Find what you searching for. I learned my passion, open doors. Just trying to open more. Listen, lost my train of thought when COVID hit. Felt the walls was closing in. I'm about to suffocate and won't nobody notice it. For all the doors that's closing me, I found another opening. I'm running through explosively and everybody close to me. Get a taste of the limelight, finish loading my mind right for the time that I waited patient and paid off in hindsight. Dividends that my mind's like, dividends that my dad get. Came a long way from bad kids, should be better than average. Losing weight from the baggage, put my family in a position they want it, go grab it. Grinding since 95 when my parents established. A king, a conscious poet that's mixed with a savage. Grinding till I can get a business I can manage. In time it'll never waste, so figure what your plan is. And pressure make it tough, I just hope you can stand it. And if you second guess, opportunities vanish. Who really cares? Who really cares what you working towards? Long as you working for it. Find what you searching for. I learned my passion to open doors. Just trying to open more. Who really cares? Who really cares what you working towards? Long as you working for it. Find what you searching for. I learned my passion to open doors. Just trying to open more. Throw your hood up. Throw your hood up. They ask me my greatest feature, I probably tell them my skin. Gaining all of the knowledge and pass it around to my kin. Somebody get in the way, then I'm probably bodying him. Say something about it, then you get partnered with him. Nobody body the beat the way I be bodying it. I invest the profit, so yeah, my pockets are thin. See cops on the blocks and bodies dropping again. They overfill with joy, so nobody calling it in. I'm from a city where guilt lighter than sentences. People who hold their powers, minds filled with prejudice, causing the city's messes and dodging all of the messages, taking all of the prayers and hoping nobody blessing us. Doing just what they can to pile up all the stress on us. Power go to the head and the ego when they arresting us. Only way it'll change is when they feeling like the rest of us. See us treat us as regulars, equal pay to the decimals.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm from a city where those baby kids turn into AK kids. Run up with them, stick them in your face with it. Run you for your funds, hit you where the basement is. That's below the belt, a city where the shameless live. His favorite feature, you know he said it's his skin. And I'm out here steady chillin', you know I'm whiter than sin. But the sun is coming out and that melanin creeping in. You hear a pop, pop, pop. Know them piggies at it again. So sick of it. Make me wanna drop a A-bomb, I'ma throw up a fist. For Brianna, Georgia, Trayvon, how we burned up this. Dropped about a pound of napalm, how you shoot up some kids and expect us all to stay calm. Violence in the streets, violence on the rise. Violence at the funerals when the mamas cry. Silence is violence, so what you gonna do? Cause eventually that violence gonna be coming back to you. Silence is violence, so what you gonna do? Cause eventually that violence gonna be coming back to you.
The way that we're going don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. The way that we're going don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. The way that we're going don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. The way that we're going don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good. The way that we're going don't lead us to no good. Don't lead us to no good.